Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to Wednesday night, May 7th. Can you believe we're already in May? This is just, where did August go? Look at this. We kind of matched with our green kind
I
of,
know.
didn't even plan this. We got the green memo. So good to have you on here, my friend. And I will tell everybody who you are in a minute, but let's say hello to people. Come on in, say hello. Let me know where you're from. Hello, Gail from Florida. Good to see you, my friend. Chris, good to see you. And look, it's Chris and Chris. Chris from Iowa. Hi, Chris from Iowa. Good to see you. And Maria, good to see you. Thanks for being here. And we also got people we're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So hello, Jen. Um, Ayla Grace, hello. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you guys being here. And welcome everybody. Karen Stringer. Hi, Karen Stringer. Good to see you all the way from the land of Illinois. It's funny when people are like, "Oh, you're from Illinois?"
Why is that? Yeah. Why is that so weird?
That's like me saying Illinois. That's like me saying, "No, I'm from Des Moines, Iowa." So if you don't know her by now, guys, hello, Maria. Hello, Chris is from Ohio. I just want to say Lisa is, honestly, truly, she is yet another soul sister. And just love when you're here. Lisa and I met back in 2019. Just crazy,
I
crazy.
know it is crazy. It's hard to believe it's been that long already, but
It is
I was
just
yeah.
crazy, crazy. Hi, Sharon. Hey, Joy. You've been on my mind the past few days. Hello, good to see you on here. And it's funny because we would have never met if you weren't divinely gifted that opportunity to go there, which is really cool. Hi, Patricia Cobo. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. So Lisa and I just got done doing the March retreat. She helped to co-facilitate that, and that was really good. Hello from MS. Now we know that MS is Mississippi, I think. Mississippi? Yeah, Mississippi.
Look at my eyes darting back and forth. It's usually in this moment I claim stupidity because I'm from I'm an Ohio bred small town one stoplight girl. Hang on, I'll ask Siri. Where's MS?
So good from Mississippi. Do you know how to spell Mississippi with one I?
Oh my God.
MIS. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do now.
There you go. And I have a feeling that your husband Patrick will like that one. I don't know why.
Yeah, I have a feeling
anyway,
he would like it too.
Lisa is a psychic medium. She's a trance channeler. She's also an amazing spiritual coach and a teacher. So I'm so glad that you are here. So glad that you are here.
Yeah.
And we're here to talk about, you are the very first person for our May theme. And our May theme is explore. Echo, 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 echo. Explore. Yes. And we want to explore our intuition. So I think, and you and I have talked about this, that intuition is really a superpower. And I don't know why more people don't claim it.
True that. One of the first things I will say to people when they come to me for guidance or a reading or whatever that conversation, however it's led, is everyone has this gift. I'm nothing special because I do this for a living. I've just learned to really hone the superpower of listening. It's really what it comes down to. And I will often use the example of a ballerina. Her goal is to go on point in her dance, but she doesn't do that in the first or second or third practice class. It takes months, possibly years. I don't know. I'm not a dancer but I know it does take a lot of practice, a lot of dedication, a lot of time to learn her craft, right? Just like anything else. So if you're someone who's starting the path of intuition and learning how to listen, start small, you
Mm.
know? Even I circle back to my basics, and I'll use the example of, I think it was Monday, I was out running around running errands, and it was a rainy Ohio day. And I was like, ugh, I have an umbrella, but Spirit, I really don't want to walk that far because number one, I'm lazy. Number two, I just really don't want to walk that far in the rain, because it was kind of windy and everything. So I kept setting things up before I got there. And I was setting up. So I had to do three things. I was going to grab myself some lunch. I was going to get my oil changed in my car, and I was going to go to Walmart and pick up my scripts and get a few groceries. And I had a window of time I had to do that in because I had finished an appointment, was going to run all these errands, and then I had to be back to the house by a said time for an appointment. So what do? I check in. Spirit, do I have time to do this, this, and that? Yes, you have plenty of time. We'll get you there. Great. So I head to the town of Westerville, and my Lisa was going to go to Walmart first because I'm a Virgo. I'm always like, what's the easiest path of travel? I don't want to make too many right or left turns. If I go right, I can do this. I can come out, turn another right, go into that place. And, so anyway, some weird thing I do with it's just how my brain operates. But I kept hearing Spirit say, not that order. You'll get your oil changed first. And I thought, well, yeah, but I feel like I'm Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, but that's taking me past my first right turn. And then I won't be able to make a right turn out of the parking lot and go to another right turn. And they said, but you will go get your oil change first. So I'm sitting at the light on the road, to Walmart, still trying to negotiate with them. But that doesn't make sense because, again, I'm making, too many left turns then. And I want to make all right, all right turns because it makes sense to me in my head. And they say, no, you will go get your oil change first because you have a time window in which we're getting you back for your appointment. And right now, there's no one getting their oil changed. But if you wait, you will have a delay and you won't get all your errands run, right? I'm like, fine, whatever. I surrendered. Do you know, it's the first time I have ever gone to an instant oil change place and went straight into the bay because
Wow.
no one was there. And I'm like, thank you. Because I'm on a time crunch and I need to, right? So
Right.
here's me. So I finish all that. I get into Walmart. I'm walking with my cart, and I don't know, I think I'm the only one in the store. And I've got my list so I can stay focused. But what do you think I'm doing? Oh, let's see. Which one of those should I buy? And then I was just going off into space cadet world on which tortilla shell to buy or which milk was I going to get. And then I would get this nudge. Remember, they would come in really quick and they'd be like, pick something. We got to move you. And I'm like, oh, crap. Yeah. Okay. Eggs. I got to get my eggs. Right. So this happened several times in Walmart, and I had used up a space of time. And I was like, oh, crap. And I kept checking in. Do I have time to run to aisle 12 to get my such? They're like, go get it, but get straight to right. And I kept checking in. I said, but I have to be home by this call at 1:30. Do I have time? And they said, you will have 2 minutes to spare. 2 minutes to spare. They kept telling me, you're fine. Check. I mean, when I got to the checkout line, I don't know if y'all have shopped at Walmart, but mine, it's self-serve, right? It's the self-serve checks. And there must have been 20 people in line ahead of me. So here I am going into this little panic because I've lollygagged around the store and I'm like, I'm not going to make my appointment. I'm not going to get there. And Spirit kept saying, breathe. You will have 2 minutes to spare. And I'm like, okay. And then as I get in my car and I'm driving back home, traffic was horrible. It's pouring down rain. And I literally said to them, because I know when I'm at that place in the road, how long it takes me to get back home. Now I've got to frickin' unload these groceries that I bought and get them in the fridge and, get upstairs,
Right.
go to the bathroom, get my computer turned on. And they keep telling me, no worries, you have 2 minutes to spare. Guess what time I got home?
2 minutes to
2
spare.
minutes before I was to get in my call. That gave me time to throw the groceries in the refrigerator already in the bag because I had packed them. Colds go with colds. This is how anal retentive I can be. So it was easy to throw them in the refrigerator, and got on my call with like 7 seconds to spare. And then in comes my, my client. So all of this to say, I do this every waking moment. I am working with this energy, and I am asking them and putting it out there and working. Now, am I perfect at this? No. No. But I'm a work in progress, right? I'm a work in progress, and they know that. But I know with every ounce of my being that my intuition is my superpower. And if I will just go there first, oh my gosh, his life's so much easier. Lives.
Right, right, exactly. And
You
you
know,
bring such
it's
I'm
just,
sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. No, it's the first thing that popped in. It's literally how I operated all day that day. Literally. And I mean, there's other examples because I kept playing in that energy all day. And every single time they just kept showing me they were absolutely right. They were absolutely right. They were absolutely right. They were absolutely right. Right. As long as I followed, as long as I, so input equals output, right? You put junk in, you're going to get junk out. But I was kind of playing in the energy with, okay, I know that this is when I'm leaving my house, and I know this is when I need to be back. Guide me at the in between.
Right.
And then letting go of my control freak nature of my triple Virgo, as Ginger has told me I am. I didn't know because I don't follow that stuff enough. But I'm like, oh boy, doesn't that make a lot of sense? And anybody who knows me now certainly knows that I'm.
It does make a lot of sense.
Doesn't it though?
I
Oh,
mean, I am a Virgo rising, so I understand a little bit of it.
mm.
Um, uh, Ayla
And
Grace
they're speaking of Ginger now. There she is, right? So my
says
sister in crime.
it's most definitely a superpower. I want to say hello to Jenny and Becky. Angela, hello. Chris says she also does that, meaning the which way should I go piece. Ebis, good to see you, my friend. Patricia says yes, that's exactly how it works. Mary Jane, hello. Christina says spirit will get loud when you aren't listening. That's true. Ginger Parrot, Healing Heart Medium, hello, our friend. How are you?
Yeah.
Ginger also co-facilitated with us, and Laura Westa at the retreat. So thank you, Jean. Good to see you. Good to see you. So yeah, I mean, intuition as a superpower, so important. You talk about listening. I think people are afraid to listen for the fear of being wrong. Hello, Beverly.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah. That
What
resonates big
happens
time.
if I did this and I'm wrong? What are people going to think? How can I really trust this if it's wrong? And we all know this. You're going to be wrong. And there's a beauty in that piece as well. Hello, Dina. There's a beauty in that piece, right? So, so true. So, so true. So it's a little crazy. Good to see you, my friend. Long time no see. So what some great advice for someone that's like, I don't know how to stop, listen, and trust?
Um, I'm kind of laughing because they're being cheeky with me, but they're like, we're going to politely disagree that that's your truth. You do know how to stop and listen. Um, you just don't.
Hmm.
We just don't.
Right.
Um, I don't know. I can't speak for anyone else but myself, but I just know, um, from a very young age, anybody who didn't believe the way I believed or want to do things the way I wanted things done was stupid. So I think we learn from a very young, and I'm being silly, but I think we learn from a very young age that, um, those beliefs are set in, if you've ever had an experience where you tried to say something to a friend or in a group or whatever the case be, and got laughed at or ridiculed or it was wrong, then all of a sudden that hits us and it starts to stunt our ability to be able to speak up, right? Or trust ourselves that, oh, I've got this great idea in my head, but I'm not going to speak it because they're going to make fun of me. Or, right? So I think sometimes we do it as a protective
Mhm.
mechanism, to keep ourselves from being harmed or hurt or wronged. Again, it's a false perception of reality, I think. And we intentionally keep ourselves small for that reason. Um,
Right.
but what if you just tried and what if it works out? You
Right.
know,
Ayla Gray says, but what if I'm right? Exactly. What if you're right? What if you're right? It is something that the fear and the doubt overtakes so much because of what we were thinking about. Um, and we dismiss or we, you know, turn off our light. We actually put like a lampshade over our heads and dim our light. Hi, Vicky. Thanks
I
for being.
like the way, yeah, I like that. I like that analogy.
Yeah. Ginger said, I was able to listen to my intuition and help a friend. Totally. Totally. So, hi, Eleni. Good to see you all the way from Greece, late in Greece, early in the morning. Thank you for being here. So, I
How
know.
how about just anybody who's listening right now, just maybe put a hand up or an emoji in the chat or say yes, that's me. If you've ever got an intuitive hit, call it a hunch, call it mother's intuition, call it a whatever, and you followed it and you were right.
Go ahead. So, guys, put a heart
Yeah, put
or
a heart or something, just or
heart.
yes, or that's true, or that happened to me. Um, I don't know if anybody's doing that. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say I thought my chat wasn't working. Um, so I want everybody to see how many times this has actually happened for people, you know? And there are times also, and I have had this experience where you may have an intuitive hit about something and you bring it forward and the person rejects it vehemently, but then later comes back and says, you were right. I just didn't want to hear it.
Yeah. No.
So there's a lot of times that um, not everybody is ready to hear the guidance that's coming through, or maybe it's the delivery of how we're giving it.
Exactly.
Um, but when I'm teaching classes and I'm teaching my development circles, one of the main things I always try to impress is if you see it, say it. But you always want to say it in a way that's going to leave someone in a better place than what you found them. So as long as it's coming from the heart and as long as it's moving them in a better direction, um, and then how many times, okay, again, look at all the times we've got hearts, and yes, that's happened to me.
So many.
So let me ask a different question and everybody chime in again. How
Pause
many times
for a second. Hang on. Hello from Albuquerque. Today I start a new chapter. Oh, I think I know what that new chapter might be. And I celebrate with champagne. I will never ignore intuition ever again.
Ibis, that's wonderful.
Awesome. Awesome.
Wonderful. So how many times have you had an experience where you've got an intuitive hit, mother's hunch, gut feeling, but you didn't act on it? And then you hear about it later and you're like, oh my God, I wish I would have said something because I was absolutely right.
Yep. And here's a piece, everybody. Some of you are afraid to say yes because you're like, oh my God, is that ego? As long as you are feeling that it's coming from the heart and it's not all about me, then that's not ego. You can say that it's not about proving, it's not about proving that you're right. It's a validation of being right, But if you constantly need that validation over and over and over and over and over again within that time period, then that would be a little bit ego. If you're like, oh, I want to be right. I want to be right. Well, oh, thank you for showing me this. There's that humble piece that comes with it, right? Christina says all the time. Chris says, yes, yes, yes. Jenny says, yes. A heart,
Mhm.
yes, yes. Good, good, good. Luna Isle Child, hello. And yes, so those are good points, Lisa. Very good points. I think most people, what I'm feeling is freeze.
Mhm.
They freeze. So, oh, I should have done this, or I would have done this, or I could have done this, right? Ginger's giving you hard eyes. So, it's it's fascinating to me how people don't claim their natural birthright.
Well, and for me, those of you I've been on with you so many times, it's like I grew up a Baptist. So, in my formative years, this is not a thing.
No.
You don't you don't talk to the dead, or you don't there's n in you don't do intuition stuff. I mean, you don't so I was very I don't have one of those stories where I've been seeing, hearing, and doing since I was a kid, but I have very bizarre things that I can recall that happened that I don't know how they happened or why they happened, or you know what I mean? It's like, or how I knew, or just a very sensitive child. And I think a lot of people, it depends on, again, what was your upbringing? What was your belief around doing this work? And it can be really hard for some people that were in a very restrictive upbringing, around religion, to allow themselves to believe that there's something outside of them that they can pull in and tell and predict how an outcome is going to come, or the feeling energy and things like that. So that was a big barrier for me. It was really a lot that I had to overcome with all of that. And and I'm just a very bullheaded person by nature, so I need a lot of thumps, to get things done, or to move on something. So that's just, I would say it's a very individual experience too, as to why people may not bring things forward as well, out of fear of um, being made a fool of within even their family dynamics, because there was a lot of ridicule in my family unit that happened when, when I came out, if you will, as doing this work. It's okay. You just keep it moving, because you know your truth. You know who you are, and as long as you're operating from a place of love, then you just keep doing your work, and you just keep letting that energy flow.
Chris says, I was
That's
very young and
weird.
didn't realize what was happening, plus very strict Catholic upbringing. Nancy
Mhm.
says, me too, on the bullhead. Yeah. I mean, so many of us that were raised, we'll say religiously, um, very taboo, very taboo. But the beauty of this is that I know that doing this work, I'm closer spiritually than I have been in a long time.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
connect differently, right? Chris says, I did not really dive in until age 62. Christina says, how many times do you have to run into a brick wall before you realize it hurts? Same concept.
Yeah. Oh, I love that, Christina. That's an excellent concept.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So what's one thing? Oh, Maria says, I get a name that pops into my head, so I contact that person to say hi, and there's always a need to talk and work something out. I don't see anything. Yep. And that could be your superpower of clear audience or clear hearing,
Hmm.
right? Um, this context is what a big part of my chapter is about. Awesome. Love it.
Oh, cool.
So, those of you that don't know, and I'm going to open this up as well. And hi, Susan Murphy. Good to see you. And I'm going to invite you, Susan, as well. There is a book that I am doing. I'm getting people together in this book. It is called Going Within to Heal, and it's a compilation book. So everybody that wants says yes will be an author in this book. Um, the cost is $197 to be in the book, and I'm working with a publisher, As You Wish Publishing. We'll talk more about this, but that's what Diane is referring to with the chapter. And Ginger's going to be in it, Lisa's going to be in it, Chris is going to be in it. Um, there's a lot of other people that are going to be in this. Ebis is going to be in it. Patricia's going to be in it. So, if you're interested, let me know, and we can see that we only have a couple spots left, but I want to get that filled. Anyway, it's not what this is about, but it's about trusting that intuition piece. And what would you say is one good piece that we could lean into, Lisa? Like, how do we learn to trust that intuitive piece?
Something, again, start small. Start with small things, right? Like, the reason I started telling that story about my trip to Walmart was finding a parking spot.
Right.
And it literally was exactly where they told me it was going to be. And I was like 2 parking spots away from the handicap. So it was really close to the building, right in line with the door, you know? I also, as I was driving home, asked them to slow time down. So I play with this stuff all the time. It's like, where's my parking spot? How much is something going to end up costing? If you hear the phone ringing, try to feel into who's calling you versus looking at it, but feel into it. What does the energy feel like? Does it feel like a friend? Does it feel like a telemarketer? Does it feel like someone from work? Like, what is the feeling? You're on your way to work and you have a coworker that you sit next to. Try to figure out what color top they're going to be wearing today. What do you feel when you get in the office they're going to be wearing? What color, right? Like, these are just small little things you
Right.
can you just play in the energy. And then you celebrate each little success. Like, oh my God, I got the color right. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that right. Or I'm gonna unhook and pick
Go ahead.
my nice clean office.
Okay, here we go. You're cute. Hi, Dorothy. I'm so sorry. I forgot to call you today. So many things happened today. Sharon says practice brings confidence. Yes.
Practice. You could buy these little cards I have called Zinner cards, right?
Yes. Sue Wilner says working with Lisa has allowed me to learn to trust my intuition on all things regarding my life, past and present.
Oh, hi, Sue. I love her. She's my soul sister.
See you.
But these little Zinner cards, okay, so they've got a square. Right there's your star.
Square. Yes.
Square. You got a circle. What else? We got a plus sign, right? We got a plus sign. And then we got something else in here. Yeah, we got a wavy. Okay, so we got these cards, right? All right, people. All right, we're going to play a little game.
Okay, let's play it.
Okay, so here we go. Lisa's shuffling. You saw what they were going to be. Is it going to be a star, a wave, a plus sign, a circle?
Or a square.
Or square. Thank you. I couldn't figure out what I was missing.
Okay,
so I'm going to shuffle. Everybody put in there. What is it going to be? What is it going to be? Everybody put in there.
Guys, I have to tell you this. I almost always never get it right. I'm going to tell you. I almost always never get it right. Does it make me a bad person? Does it mean that I'm not a psychic? No. It just means that I don't allow I'm so focused about getting it right
Mhm.
that I get it wrong.
Okay.
So I
So
will put
do
in
do
my mind.
do 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 do. Do, 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 do.
Do,
Do, do, do. So
do, do.
even I'm shuffling, so I don't know what they're going to be. Okay.
Yes.
Um, all right, Elias, do I one more shuffle? One more shuffle I'm hearing. One more shuffle. Okay. I'm
One
gonna pick the
more.
card on the top. You saw me shuffle. All right. Can they see me shuffling? One more shuffle. So you see me
Okay.
shuffling. You see that I can't see either. Okay.
Right.
All right. What's the card that's going to be on top?
Ready? Let's go.
It's a star. I say it's a star. What do you say it is, Elias?
I thought it was a plus sign, but then I saw a circle. So who knows?
Who got square?
Who got
Hey,
square?
Beverly got square.
Beverly got square,
Right?
and Sharon got a square, and all of us didn't. Even Lisa and I did not get a square. See?
We
Doesn't
play, right?
right?
Or you take a deck of regular playing cards, and I will literally sit with a deck of playing cards, and I'll say it's going to be a club. Oh no! And the ones I don't get right, I set off to the side. Okay, this time it's a heart. Yep, it's a heart. Okay, now it's a heart again. Oh, you know what I mean? Just what is it? What is it going to be? What do you know? These are just fun little things, but then don't get frustrated if you don't get it right. It's just practice. It's just
Right.
practice. Always do things small.
I almost said okay, so here's an important thing that Mary Jane brings up. I almost said square. Did you go with it and then switch it? Because intuition, it's your very first thought.
Mhm.
And here's a weird thing. We're just gonna say weird. Just gonna say weird. When Lisa was shuffling, maybe at that time that she was shuffling and you put that in there, that's what it was. Maybe when Lisa said star for herself and she still shuffled, it was a star.
It could right because
Maybe it was
I shuffled one more time.
right.
Mhm.
Maybe it was a plus sign when I said plus. Who knows? Who knows? Right? Who knows? The fun thing is that yes, Mary Jane says yes, because you got it. Here's the thing. When I started doing mediumship, and I know Lisa has told the story as well, that I heard something that was completely ridiculous. Just ridiculous.
Oh, Isabel says, "Do it again." I was thinking that too. We need to do it again. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shuffle, and then I'm going to. Here's what I'm going. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm going to
that's
shuffle. Keep going. You. I'm
so
going.
so the thing is that when I got something silly and I was like, well, that doesn't make sense. And then the person that I was reading for said, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I was going to say that and I didn't because it sounded ridiculous.
Mhm.
And now I've learned to just say whatever it is. Eleni says, if you have ADHD, you hear many first answers at the same time. Very true. Very interesting.
Oh,
Uh,
that's interesting.
Eva says, switched what I thought with what I saw instead, two different things. Okay. So
Now,
I'm going to really focus and
listen. We'll do it differently this time.
I want that card.
I know what the card is because I'm looking at it. So I'm sending it out to everybody in the chat. I'm sending not only the name, but the photo and the color of how it appears on the card. So you may even be adventurous and put the color in there too, right?
Okay.
Or maybe you just pick color and not the item. But here's what it is. So if is anybody playing?
Yeah, there's a lot of people. So ready, guys? Put it in. Put it in. Eva says,
This is just an opportunity to just kind of play, right?
Muffin Man Major. Hello, Muffin Man Major. Blue. Blue, you got. Christina says, circle. Karen says, just like when kids hide things behind their back and ask someone to guess which hand is it.
Oh yeah. It's
But
the
it's
same concept.
exactly. So we got plus, we got red plus, we got black plus, we got circle, we got circle, we got plus, we got circle, we got star. Oh, okay. We got blue circle. Okay. Um it's not the shape that I wanted, people. I'm like, show me a shape and tell me what Lisa was. And then I'm like, Christmas tree. And then I'm like, okay, Christmas tree.
Why is it not a Christmas tree?
Star?
It's
Yeah.
not a Christmas tree.
I
Okay,
just
we
think,
ready?
are you ready? So I'm gonna say wavy, but go ahead.
Let's look at
Square. It's a black square. And
So I did see somebody got black, but nobody picked up square.
nobody picked up square.
Is the there is a triangle. Hang on. Is there a triangle? Oh, there is no triangle. But you make your own cards and you make a triangle.
Maria's like, no, red circle.
Okay.
I know, I know. What does this mean? But here's the thing, guys. Just saying. Here's the thing. Maybe you're not good at doing this thing.
I'm not.
Right?
I'm not good at these.
Yeah. But you're really good at picking up someone's emotion.
I'm good at energy.
Me too.
Energy.
You're really good at picking up someone's vibe. Maybe your superpower is being an empath. Maybe your superpower is really feeling and knowing where that person is. Or maybe you are getting impressions of, oh, I just see you doing X, Y, and Z. It's a strong suggestion that I see you doing this. I'm suggesting something. So you're never claiming it as you need to do this. Because let me tell you, there's many people, Ginger, Lisa, myself will tell you, there are many people like, you need this, you need that. Here's a suggestion. What I'm sensing is this, because it's a sense, right? Sue, Lisa, your wavy hair keeps making me say wavy. That's Chris's energy. Yeah, it's fun. Patty's saying I was seeing Chris's tree. See, I was seeing the tree too. We're all circles, just reading each other's minds. Viber, yep.
But what was funny is I did look at the deck, and the bottom 3 cards that dropped out as I was putting them away were all yellow circles. All 3 of them.
Interesting.
So
interesting.
It was the next card to come up was the yellow circle.
Hi, Ren. Good to see you.
Did you hear me?
Yes, I did.
It was the next card to come up. So
yellow circle.
I find that fascinating.
Yellow circle. So,
they're just fun things. Just make it fun, honestly. And then,
oh, go ahead.
No, and one of the things when I was taking Lisa Williams classes, and she would break us out. One of the things she had us doing was, let's say I pick something up off my desk, and you have 3 minutes to try to describe back to me what I'm holding, what's the texture, what's the color, what's the feel, and then try to guess the item. It's just. But the whole, you're just continuing to send the energy of the thing that you're holding. Or if you've never been to a friend's house, say, do you mind if we practice this thing? And say, fine, because I'll do this in my development circles. I'll say, because not too many of them have actually showed up at my house or whatever. And I'll say, okay, where I live, do I park in a garage or do I park outside of the garage? Okay. Is there off-street parking or is it driveway parking? Those kinds of things. So it's like feel into it. So then what you do is you try to posture yourself in the space and place where I would park my car. Do you feel me hitting a garage door button? Do you feel me taking a hike to get to my front door, or am I 2 steps and I'm there? Those kinds of things. Like, what is all that feel? So you really try to feel into my movement. You feel into the energy of how I'm moving through time and space. And most of the times people are right.
I'm going to ask you a silly question. See, this is how I operate, guys. It's a little cuckoo for the Cocoa Puffs. Do you get impatient when you drive?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Elias. Me, the triple Virgo?
All I kept on hearing you guys was a horn honking.
Oh, gosh.
Too cute. Too cute. Joy says, I think I ain't never get this right because the spirit's teaching me to accept me being wrong. Who has a question?
Yeah.
What's the true difference between a medium and an empath? I really feel I'm an empath, but not necessarily a medium. Does that make sense? Completely makes sense. Completely makes sense. Here's a wonderful thing that John, and I know you're asking about empath. John Holland says this: a psychic perceives, a medium receives. And an empath is feeling the emotions of the room, the emotions of the person. You're empathic to what it's not your feelings, it's the other person's feelings. If Lisa's feeling sad and I'm an empath, I'm gonna feel like God, this feels heavy. Like I'm really feeling this. How do I see that? How do I feel that? Right? This is a great question. And Diana's in a circle that Ginger and I are teaching. And I love to just oh yeah, please tell us your parking answer.
Okay, so the parking answer is I live in a condo and I have a garage that is not attached to my building. There is one garage spot in the garage, and there's one spot outside the garage, but the garage is full. No cars can fit in there. So we have one spot and 4 cars. So then I take a hike down a hill, back up the hill, I cross the street, and I park a good, city block away is the rest of our vehicles up on the hill. So it's all outside. And
Yeah.
if you felt me being out of breath, that's because it's a long damn walk and I'm fat and out of shape. So
I'm currently working on letting go of the excess poundage that I no longer need.
right.
Right. Thank you. And this is
Mhm.
the question Diana says: how do you overcome the fear of stepping up and out on a platform? You just do it.
Mm.
You just do it. Like we were forced to do. You just do it. Right, Lisa? You just
You
do it.
just do it.
You just do it.
Honestly,
Um,
you have, yeah, you got to muster the courage to just put yourself out there. And no one knows more that about that terrifying moment than me. It's um, lots of trips to the bathroom and rolls of toilet paper later. You just do it.
good girl. Good girl. I know something scared you. Okay. Sorry, hang on. Hi, Willow. Good girl.
There's Chris said she saw steps. There's one step off the pavement. There's one step to the sidewalk, and then there's one step into my condo.
Hmm. Uh, Eleni said, I immediately thought of the hike, but said, no way. See? Look at that. Eleni, bravo, Sue. That means bravo in
Where are
Greek.
you seeing? I'm not seeing all the
Oh, it's
comments. You must.
on Instagram. That one's on
Okay.
Instagram.
Okay. I
So,
was gonna say I'm not seeing all of them.
Angela said, it's funny. I felt outside and
Yeah.
open.
Very good. Congratulations. That's awesome.
So if you like this stuff and you want to have more fun, guess what, everybody? Are you ready? Wait for it. Wait for it. Ta-da! Guess what we are doing? Um, Lisa and I are doing Intuition is Your Superpower. Enhance your inner knowing as an empath, as a sensitive, or soul seeker. So cool. So we're going to do a 90-minute Zoom with 30 minutes of Q&A. And this is on June 14th, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 o'clock Eastern. June 14th is a Saturday, and it's $37. So Christina said, I saw garage and street parking.
Oh, fantastic. Good job.
I once heard my guides and whatever that word is, and in Javent, in unison, in Maria, what is that, girl? What is this?
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know. I think it's a typo.
okay. Chris says definitely signing up. Thank you. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Lisa? Any questions for Lisa?
Yeah, it's lots of footsteps, Chris.
Lots of footsteps. Bum, 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 bum. Gail says, on it's on Flag Day and my mom's birthday. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's exciting. And while you guys are coming up with questions for Lisa, I want to tell you this. If you're in San Rafael, California, I am going to be part of the New Living Expo. I'm going to be on a panel with Bradley Valentine, Kimberly Meredith, Kelly Sullivan, Vincent Jenna, and Rachel Corpus. And Diane Ray is a moderator. She is the co founder of MindBodySpirit.fm, where you can find my podcasts. And Ginger and Lisa and a couple other people are going to be on it coming up soon. So I'll let you guys know. Ginger says it's time for a nap. Talk to y'all later. Love you, my friend. Be well. Be well. And so that's happening. And then on Saturday, I'm doing a workshop. So that will be a lot of fun. And if I could find how to do this, Lisa, it would
Your
be
panel is going to be fabulous, though. If
great.
anybody can go to that, it's a bummer it's not going to be online, or streamed. But it's
I know. I wish it was going to be, but unfortunately, it's not. And I'm trying to find the other piece that did I not put? Oh, here it is. There we go. Woo! And then there it is. New Living Expo. I'm going to be talking about Ask You to Thank You, the mindset principles. So I'm going to talk about how we manifest and how we switch the mindset to be able to manifest even better. So that's what's coming up. Anyone else? Any questions for Lisa? Chris says, this was so much fun. Thank you, Lisa and Lice. You're welcome. You're welcome. Lisa, can you expand on when you're communicating with spirit? Are you hearing, seeing? Do they present objects to you, or is it a combination or something different?
That's an excellent question. So one of the things I teach in class is your language is going to point you towards your strongest clair. So if you're using the language, what I see is, or what they're showing me is clairvoyance, right? You're going to see clearly. And that's probably the biggest one for me. Is they'll show me objects in my head, places I've been, videos I've watched, movie themes,
Mm-hmm.
um, um, or I will hear words like in a song or in a conversation. So it just kind of lands in your mind is the best way I can describe it, right? And then you just pull that down and you use that as a frame of reference. So one of my most fun stories to tell about this is I was on vacation with a friend many years ago, even before I met my now husband, and I was in Tehachapi, California, and part of our adventures out there is we had gone to an ostrich ranch, and I met this ostrich named Frank, and I brought his photo back, and it's still hanging up on my refrigerator downstairs. So I'm doing a reading for a woman, and all of a sudden I see an ostrich. And I'm like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. What in God's name? Why on earth are you just showing me an ostrich? And that was it. And they were showing me Frank's picture hanging on my refrigerator upstairs. So you kind of I was kind of in that pause for a second, like, all right, all I'm getting is this ostrich that I knew belonged. So my comment back to the woman is this. I said, I'm not sure how to interpret this. I said, but let me present it this way. I said, I've been to Tehachapi, California on a vacation. I said, so it either has to do with the place. I said, I was at an ostrich ranch, but I fell in love with this ostrich, and I brought back a photo of the ostrich, and it's on my refrigerator, and ostrich's name was Frank. I said, does this have any sense or meaning to you? And she started crying. And she says, oh my God, I can't believe it. And I was like, okay, it's okay to fill me in on how this is resonating with you. And she says, my husband's name is Frank. Her husband's dead. He's coming through. And she said his nickname for me was Ostrich because I always stuck my head in the sand. is how he would describe my personality. So that's literally how this works for me. I see it, so I'm saying it. I'm bringing it forward. Makes absolutely no frickin' sense to me whatsoever. But it landed beautifully for her. And had I not said those things, I would have missed the opportunity to like bring him in fully, because that's how he came in.
Right.
I didn't come in with I got a male here who's passed away from, I saw Frank the ostrich. So I hope that's answering your question, Sue, because it just pops in. Is the best way I can describe it. Does it work that way for you, Elias? I mean,
It does. It works that way for me too. And it's always a combination. It's always like I'll hear something, I'll see something, or I might look at, like, here I am sitting at my desk and I have a couple things
yes,
behind this computer and I'm drawn to a word or I'm
yes,
drawn to a picture. I'm like, so right now I'm looking at the word just fly. Just fly.
yeah.
Now, why am I looking at just fly? I don't know, but maybe someone on here is like, should I fly? Um, should I? I'm a little nervous, just fly. So if you're nervous about flying, just fly. What do you need, little girl? Come here, come on. No? Okay. Something spooked her, so she's just like
Oh,
sitting right here next to me. Um, so um we had another question. We had two questions, and then um, we've got to then wrap up, everyone. It goes so quickly. I once heard my guides and I never again. How can I tap into that again?
that's a fabulous question as well. They didn't go anywhere.
Mhm.
They just absolutely didn't. So, my encouragement would be just start playing in that energy again and just invoke them and just say, I'm ready. I'm ready to hear you again. Um, and then just practice. The best way I can describe it is it's going to come into a part of your mind where it's just going to feel different. Oh, oh, poor puppy.
Yeah, yeah.
um, something really did get her, didn't it? Oh, so that's, yeah, it'll just pop into your mind, but just ask, just tell them you're now ready. And, again, I tend to be a little dense. I need really big bricks, not small ones. And I need the volume to be loud. So tell them to speak louder.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So just start playing in that energy. You'll get it. They didn't go anywhere. It's just, maybe you just need the volume louder or a little bit stronger impression so that you can move past your ego and know that it really is them speaking.
very cool. Janet, hi, Janet Zavala. And Janet says, I'm flying tomorrow. Interesting. Interesting. Because I said, just fly. There you go. There you go.
Excellent.
Crazy.
Excellent.
Crazy, crazy. Let's see. We had one more. Where is it? Ibis. Lisa, do you meditate? If so, is there hi Willow. If so, is there a process or technique you use?
Confession time.
Uh-oh.
I do not meditate. I probably should. I don't.
Mhm.
Um, I've never been diagnosed ADD, but I have a really hard time quieting my mind like that. But I am a trance channel, so I can quiet my mind, but it's in a different way. Um, I just simply like breathing techniques, Ebus. The Heart Math Institute has fabulous breathing meditations, and that's what I like. I just like the process of just slowing the breath and moving out of a head-centered space down into my heart, and then I just let it flow. Um, I think meditation is extremely powerful, though. I think it is absolutely something that works for a lot of people. Um, I don't think it needs to be hours and hours long, though. You can just do a little 5 or 10 minute meditation or just a 30-second breath work, and you can still achieve the same results. It's just, what is your belief and what do you think about, is meditation your way in? Then guess what? That has to be the way you do it every time. Um, I've morphed a lot over my process. Used to be when I started working with people, I had to hold their hands. And then it got to the point where I couldn't hold hands because it was way too much. And then it became, okay, now I got to separate myself from you because I can't sit back. I mean, it just, my process has evolved so much. Um, but if meditation is what gets you to commit to being quiet, then that's what you need to do.
Excellent.
I hope that was helpful.
Excellent. Hang on one second. What's happening? Okay. All right. Can you do me a favor and let them OUT? Just ask them if they want to go outside. So you want to go potty? Go potty. Okay, go potty. Interesting. Thank you. She is afraid of storms. It's not raining or thunderstorming here. John's working in the garage and he's making noise. So she's not seeing it, and that's why she's freaking out. Eva says, agreed, not for everyone in the same way, just curious. Yes.
Yeah, it's a great question.
So great question. And guys, again, if you're interested, oh no, that's not the one that I wanted. If you're interested, come to Intuition is Your Superpower, June 14th at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, and that's 10 o'clock Central. And it is on the website. So just go to eliaspatras.com. You'll see the events. Very, very exciting. Very, very exciting. And you, my dear, you are always welcome to come anytime you want. Lisa will be on a podcast, and I'll let you know when that is. And we have a lot of stuff going on. And again, guys, if you are in California, come join us. We've got a retreat coming up in July, Going Deeper in Love, and that's going to be in Terramuse, Iowa. And then we got a retreat. Are you a people pleaser? Are you a
Oh, that's a
perfectionist?
good one. Mm.
Are you a fixer? Or are you a control freak? If you said yes to one of them or all of them, come join us in Chicagoland. In Chicagoland Halloween weekend. Everything's on the website. And if you don't belong to my email, guys, please come join me on the email list. There's a free quiz for the mind traps, the that's what the retreat's called. Perfectionist, fixer, control freak, and the other one that I'm missing: fixer, control freak, perfectionist, and people pleaser.
Yeah, there you go.
So come join us. Come join us. Sign up for the email list. It'll be great to see you on the email list because I send out maybe 1 or 2 a month. That's about it. And control freak, of course, I'm a Virgo. Yeah,
Yeah.
Virgo rising, so I get it. Karen, thank you. Thank you. I love Lisa. I know I love Lisa too. So, guys, thanks so much for being here. Lisa, you are always welcome. Remember,
Appreciate
and
it.
also I forgot. Oh my God, I forgot. Not this weekend, but next weekend. Is it next weekend? Yeah, it's next weekend. If you're going to be in Seattle, I'm going to be at Barnes and Noble signing the book at Barnes and Noble. I will be at Northgate, Barnes and Noble, and Alderwood, Barnes and Noble signing the book. So
Excellent.
thank you. So remember, guys, we are here to connect. And when we connect, we educate. And when we educate, we grow. Right, Willow? There is unity in community. From our hearts to yours. Be well, everybody. Beautiful night. We'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for having fun with us.